how is everyone? Quick video. This one is counselling and schizophrenia. How would I work with that in my practice? First of all, I would have to work with this one online. That would be via Teams, and the reason for that is that sometimes schizophrenia comes with violence, and that is not to say that everybody that has schizophrenia is violent. But just as a safety measure, so I can give you my best, that's the way that I would feel comfortable, at the very least, at the very beginning. And yeah, so how would I work with that in my practice? So I believe that going through something like that would be really scary for the individual. Like, you're hearing voices, you're feeling things, and it's turned up and it's intense, and it could make you feel like you're losing your mind, I would imagine. And yeah, like I can't even fathom like how that is for somebody, because we use our mind to function in day to day, and if that is not working at optimal levels and has things going on, it makes life really, really hard to navigate. So that would just feel what I could imagine as like a really lonely, scary place. So yeah, what I could offer is that safe, regular, consistent meetup via the Teams, and being able to hold space for that, being able to allow somebody to explore their thoughts without fear of somebody freaking out or somebody judging them, just what's going on for you, and it's okay to be honest about that. Now, I'm quite spiritual and I have different takes on things, and one of the things that I'd been listening to was a guy who worked on a ward with people with schizophrenia, and what he learned by taking notes and by engaging with people, and what he believed. And I do actually think this rings true, but if it is not for you, you don't have to take it, and I'm not saying this to scare anybody or anything. But what he found was the things that were coming through the people, the voices, were actually separate entities. He would even go as far as to say like demonic entities and attached to the person. And if that is the case for what's shown up as what is known as schizophrenia, wouldn't it be interesting to try and work with that, to try and free that person from that, to try and allow for them to come through that, to take the permission away from these entities. So that's a total different out there approach, and like I say, it's not going to be for everybody. But if it is that, and like I say, I'm very spiritual, I'm very open-minded, and do believe there's some truth in that. When I was listening to the guy, the notes that he took, the communication he had with these beings that were just feeding off people's, keeping them in lower vibration, keeping them in lower states, essentially like torturing them. So yeah, would I be open to explore that if someone's watching that and that's what they thought as well? Absolutely. Would I put my views on somebody else? No, not unless they were open to it. But that's how I would work with it. And yeah, just safe space, explore everything that's going on in the mind, help make sense of it. Being able to hold that space is really important, because this is a very scary, alone time for people. And yeah, that's the way I would go with it. So if anybody does have any questions or anything, just feel free to drop us a message, and I'm under nataliecounsellingservices.co.uk. And as always, peace, love and light.